To Jason. Jason, how you doing, man?
Hi, how you doing there, everybody?
I'm good, brother. Welcome to the Black by the Man radio show.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, beside me, my man who was here with me last time, Mr. Dulles Dieg.
How you doing, everybody?
I got that name right. I got that name right. Mr. Dulles Dieg. So what's up, fellas? Welcome to the Black by the Man radio show.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
I appreciate y'all being here, man. So this is our third show. So everybody tuning in, thanks for tuning in. You can catch us on YouTube at Be Exposed Radio. You can also catch us on Facebook at the Black by the Man radio show, as well as Be Exposed on Facebook as well. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is show number 3. We're going to keep the ball rolling. Today's show, we're going to deal with some current events. We're going to deal with some current events. And we're also going to talk about this eclipse just on the intro. But first, let me say that the Black by the Man radio show is brought to you by the blackbytheman.com, the one-stop shop for black businesses. For all you business owners out there, please place an ad on blackbytheman.com so you can advertise your business. We can know who you are, help you get a little more visual about your business so we can help people find you. So this is brought to you by blackbytheman.com. So yeah, fellas, so we got an eclipse today.
It is what it is.
So we got an eclipse today, right? So like it's a lot of people that are, like actually leaving the state and going places to see this eclipse. So I mean, I've seen an eclipse before, right? But like, what's all the hubbub, bub? You get what I'm saying? You know, what seems to be the big deal about the eclipse? You know, like why are people so passionate about seeing this eclipse? What's going on?
I think it's just a rare event that happens every so often. So people just want to see it just because. Just because.
Yeah, it's like Christmas for some people, you know.
Right. Okay. All right. So y'all enjoy y'all Christmas with this eclipse. I don't know if we'll get to see it where we at, but y'all enjoy that. So I think it's ironic, this particular show, with the current event I'm going to talk about, is I want to get into this Charlottesville, Virginia thing.
Yes.
You know, the Black by the Man radio show, part of the mission is black business, black lives, black matters. So I guess I'm kind of on the fence of how much this is actually a black matter, but that's why I want to bring it to the forefront.
Right.
I know this is the type of conversation that...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We on, brother? All right. Let me get set up here. Let's see what we got. Turn that down. All right. So we here. We made it. What's up, family? Welcome to the Black by the Man radio show. I'm your boy, Brother Mike. It's 2018. We made it. We thought we were going to have a start for you guys last week on the 8th, but viruses and all kinds of stuff have just tried to, interrupt that, but we're thankful to be here today. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in with us, man. We ready for season 2, Black by the Man radio show 2018. So let's welcome everybody back to the show. So ladies first. Let's start with the lovely Miss Janice. How you doing today, Miss Janice?
Very, very well, thank you. Good
Doing
afternoon,
well?
everybody.
2018?
2018.
All right. And next we got my man, Jason Gomes.
How you doing,
What's
everybody?
up, Jason?
I'm good.
All right. And last but not least, my man, Mr. Kevin Little. Kev, how you doing?
How's everybody doing? I'm doing amazing, man.
That's what's up, brother. 2018, right? Let's get this thing rocking. All right. So I want to try to send out some invites here, let everybody know we are back, and we're gonna get this show rolling. But right off the back, how's everybody's 2018 starting off?
Mine's starting off great.
Mine's has been rough. I've been sick, man. This is crazy.
Mine's rough too. I had a cold too.
Yeah,
The first week.
this sickness is, and I saw on Facebook like a lot of people.
Man.
Yeah, are getting sick, and I got caught up in it. But I know it just means this is going to be a great year. You know what I mean? This is going to be a great year because I've had years that I thought started off wonderful. January was a good month, and then the rest of the year it was straight garbage.
What you saying?
So I'm saying that because this started off a little rough, I fully believe this is going to be a wonderful year, and I believe this is the year for you. Like I'm feeling real good about that, and I'm going to touch on that. But I think 2018 is your year, and I say that to us I say that to my audience. 2018 is your year, and I'm gonna tell you why as we move along. So, Jason, you said yours was a little rough too, huh? A little under the weather?
Yeah, I was under the weather for like a week. I didn't go to work for like a week. I was just nose running, coughing, throat itching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely familiar with that.
Yeah, so.
It's going around, man.
It's going around.
Yeah.
Kev, man, I'm happy you didn't go through it.
I didn't go through it. I
It
got
was
lucky.
nastiness.
Yeah. Like I said, I got hit for like 2 days. I had like a cough and a runny nose.
Okay.
It was very mild, man. I was blessed so far. You know.
And Miss Janice, yours has been starting pretty good as well, huh?
Yes, very well.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, mine did start with the sickness, but I didn't let it get me down. I'm here. It pushed my show back for a minute, but as they say, the show must go on. So today we here. Everybody's feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little better. Jason, you feeling a little better?
I'm feeling better.
All right, so we're gonna be able to kick
Well,
this
I'm glad
thing
you
off,
guys
right?
are feeling better.
Right, on MLK, Martin Luther King Day, so we happy about that. So before we even move on, because it is MLK Day, we're going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. H&M. Dun, dun, dun. What is going on with H&M? Now, I've heard of being the coolest cat before, but I don't know about the coolest monkey in the jungle.
Never heard the phrase.
I don't know about that one.
Never heard that, man.
So what we got going on here? Is this just some flat out blatant racism, or is this it was a mistake? See, let me tell you something my uncle told me when I was young. Now this is just some old school black stuff, right? My uncle told me when I was young, anybody 30 years old or older, every goddamn thing they said, they meant it. You understand what I'm saying? So unless you in your 20s and you still don't quite understand language yet, when you say something to do something, you meant it. Now you can go back and say, I don't mean it now.
I apologize.
Yeah, I apologize, but like you meant it. Yeah. Because I'm hearing like black people, like kind of defend this. And that's offensive to me.
I'll say it's just racist marketing.
Yes.
It's both, because I think it's racial and it's both marketing, because again, like we said, they had to know when they were in the boardroom.
Right.
We're going to put the coolest monkey shirt on the darkest kid.
Darkest kid we can find. I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
How do you get around that?
How do you get around that?
Somebody in the room had to be knowledgeable enough.
Yes.
Like, these big companies hire what you call them social, like guys with social degrees that's like, they're knowledgeable in these topics, so they would know right off the hand, don't do that.
Right, if this is appropriate.
Right, so where was that person at to stop this, you know what I mean?
And even if they didn't hire the diversity person, but whatever, I know it's not the correct term, but it's something like that. You can't. Every person knows that calling a black person a monkey is a derogatory term.
Very derogatory.
It's no, like, you could be in Switzerland, Canada, Europe, Africa. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows
how do you
that. That's
not,
worldwide.
Adult 40 and 50-year-old people running a corporation, they know.
They know.
They know.
So, do you think H&M was just saying, listen, we don't care. We'll offend people. No big deal. Because, like, what could have been their goal behind this? I would love to hear them tell me what they thought the positive outcome of this ad was going to be. Right. Because I don't even see any positivity in it, let alone that you put the little Caucasian boy beside him and call him a survivor. Right. So I'm seeing like monkeys and Tarzan, right? Yeah. The same way, like everybody know a jungle is filled with people of color, but yet the king of the jungle was Tarzan, right? Some Caucasian dude, right? You get what I'm saying? So here you got the little boy being called, coolest monkey, and then once again the Caucasian kid is the survivor.
Expert is it.
Expert survivor, right? Managed to get around the monkeys. It's disgusting. I think H&M ought to be ashamed of themselves, and I believe it was done on purpose. Because we live in a society that has always fired shots and shown their racist colors.
And also the hidden message, right? To let their base know this is how we feel, but then we'll clean it up.
Right.
I mean, that's what it has to be.
I think they figured out a long time ago, as far as white supremacists, that you could do anything to black people as long as you just apologize to them. Yeah. And then we'll all kind of like just, it was no big deal. And I get the perspective that a lot of black people have had in regards to the mother. allowing their kid to happen. Yeah. But we all know, I'll play the devil's advocate here, like people have done worse to get money. Yeah. You know, they've done worse. So I don't approve of what she done, and of course she doesn't need my approval, but I think it was a form of ignorance that shows that some of our people still got a lot of growth that needs to happen.
It's a lot of growth that needs to happen. And the only thing H&M really did was just give our people a topic for the week. Because after a week, this will be over.
Right. Yep, absolutely.
Nobody will talk about it.
And he will no longer be the coolest monkey in the jungle, huh?
Right.
And something that they did in South Africa, which never makes any sense to me. So they trash an H&M store, right?
That they are.
Which it's insured, right?
So I was thinking that.
Here we go again, like with the Baltimore thing. It's insured, so it's going to get paid for. Right. And how about use all that energy just to stop buying their clothing?
Yeah,
true.
That'll hurt them more.
That's what we need to do.
I don't know. I don't know what. Literally, the same people who trashed that store check in 3 months. I wish they had their names. Someone's gonna go in that store and purchase something.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I don't care how they're gonna think about the party they want to go to, and they need that cheap white T-shirt, like because we don't produce anything, and then they're gonna go purchase it, and that's what's gonna happen.
I just don't understand the frustration from people right now, because this happens every day. So.
Yeah.
Just for it.
There's subliminals every day.
Every single day.
Movies,
so what's
television shows?
What's the argument about this time? Like, this has been going on forever.
I mean, I'm hoping that at a minimum, you know, it can help wake us up and make us realize we need to support black clothing brands. Okay, you know, like this is how you fight back on this. You know, and I'm not going to say, you know, boycott H&M, because handle it however you want to handle it. I'm just going to say, if you do boycott H&M, I applaud you. I'm with you.
I mean, the sweatshirt thing can wake you up, but Trump couldn't. I'm lost. Yeah. I'm confused.
Yeah, same week Trump said, you know, African countries and different minority countries are assholes.
Right,
you know I mean? So you got to deal with that image and the president himself personal statement. It's getting rough right now.
Well, you know, you can always get a black by the man sweatshirt. It's black made, it's black owned, and it's a hoodie, and it's better quality than H&M, right? Support black brands, you know what I mean? So if you're really upset and you don't like it, then email me. blackbydemand4u@gmail. That's blackbydemand, the number 4 and the letter U at Gmail, and let's get you a Black by the Man sweatshirt. And then you can feel good about that. You understand what I mean?
So I got to touch on that, and I'm about to ruffle some feathers, so here I go, right? So what Trump said is, even though it's evil, but it almost needs, some of this stuff needs to be said because it's a wake-up call, because you have different segments of black people. They're all black, African, whatever you want to call it, we'll interchange it. You have Haitians sometimes who view themselves as different, even though they just got misplaced. They look like they're directly from Africa, most of them. And that's no disrespect, I'm just being honest.
Right.
And then you have Africans who view themselves different from African Americans. But here's the issue. Trump doesn't view any of us as different. No. He doesn't look at culture.
And neither does any white supremacist.
Any white supremacist, or even white people in general. So that's what people really need to see. It's like, you thought you were under the radar and you were better. Everyone's picking with us. Oh, look at them, Black Lives Matter. Oh, black people are always complaining. People are picking on them, and they always think they always want something. Now they coming for you. Now it's a problem.
Right.
And we're in the same boat, and we're in the same boat, and act like we're. And if you check some of our DNA, it's probably going to be the fourth cousins from somewhere. So it's just like, that's kind of the thing too that nobody really wants to talk about. People from the islands and people from Africa view themselves as different.
They do.
And if you say that they don't, you haven't been around enough. You in denial.
Yeah.
So now they're picking with you. So you're complaining, but we in this room, African Americans have went through this for our whole life since we come out the womb. Yep. You get one day and you complaining. I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for nothing. Unfortunately, I'll say it because it's really kind of crazy. Because what he said was wrong.
Right.
But when we step up, we've been going through this. The man whose day it is was going through this. He got killed for it. But like when we complain, it just seems to be such a, oh, look at him again. Right. But now he's messing with y'all, even though we're in the same group. And people really need to look at that because nobody wants to touch that. It's just like, oh yeah, he's saying stuff about Haitians and Africans, but Haitians and Africans will look at Black Americans like they're separate.
True,
and
there's
you
division.
Are not separate.
You
are the same blood.
African. Yeah, it's from Africa.
See, we like to call that your nigga wake up call.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you up in arms when you realize when you get that reality check that you're not different. Right. That's it. You the same as us.
Yeah, I've been told that, man. You know, like I've had co-workers that was from Africa, and we would have personal conversations without the.
Me too. I got African friends too. Yes,
right. They would be very honest and brutally honest with me, and let me know how they really felt and how that people felt
about African Americans.
Yeah,
right?
It was a wake up call, man. They really look down on African Americans.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They see us as lazy a lot, and I can actually see why they say that in some cases. Like,
you can find support.
Yeah, you know, they come over here with nothing, and they get like 5 or 6 degrees. And become doctors.
But you want to know why that is? Because when they come into the country and they coming through immigration, even the people from India, they give them that $10,000 check to start their business.
Absolutely, that's true.
That's why that happens. Yeah. So, and not discrediting people who come, because the majority of immigrants have bachelor's degrees. So that's not knocking them either. But there's a system set up for us not to flourish.
Right, that is very true. It's very true.
Point blank period.
You don't automatically qualify for any kind of scholarship. You have to earn it or have some kind of specific thing going on academically and sports-wise to get it. If you're not, then you're right.
Yeah, so it's designed for you not to flourish. So it's like, to me, that's some bullshit. I'm just being honest with you when they do that.
I get it.
It's straight up.
Yeah,
it is.
I get it.
It is. Again, nobody wants to talk about that. Like, it's just funny to me
you
how
know, at the Black Body Man radio show, we will talk about it.
They're up in arms, and I know people will be like, "Oh, look at him talking." I look at him like, "No, I don't think." Yeah, but they know it's true. That's why they'll be angry if they hear this, because they know it. They know it's true. So if you're African or Haitian right now, you view yourself as a Black American?
Yeah.
No, they like to make it very clear that they're not.
Yeah, I'm about to say that very upfront with that. Like, they tell you to your face.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether it's respectful or disrespectful, how they feel and how they separate the two cultures. We're not the same. They make that very clear.
Yeah.
They do. They do.
And culture and race is different. Yeah, we're different cultures, but we're still the same race.
Yes.
We're still Black people of African
Well, white
origin.
supremacists will never see you as being different.
Yeah.
You know, they don't care if you're African American, if you just straight African, Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know what I mean? Indian, Jews, you know, like they you know what you are to them.
If you got any type of tag, you in trouble.
Yeah, they look at it like y'all got them classes. We gave you one class.
Y'all can separate all you want.
Yeah, y'all can separate all y'all want. But you know what you are to us.
So to me, being from that different, because if you're from Haiti, you just from a different state to me. Like, it's like I'm from Rhode Island, but you from Baltimore. We just a Black person that was born in that location. That's it. But all right, y'all.
Oh no, you good, Jason? Yeah, you good. You good. That's Jason Gomes, everybody. You know, we love that. So look, we're gonna break. We're gonna go to our first commercial break, and then we're gonna wrap up on this H&M thing. We don't want to spend a lot of time on it. So we'll give you the conclusion when we come back from break. Stay tuned. Black by the Man Radio Show 2018. This is your year. 25 beautiful tips on how to have a beautiful year in 2018. We'll be back.
Be Exposed Radio.
And more money, let them know like you're gonna get a hit if you do some rap stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, appropriation, like, they be getting that money. I was just about to talk about that too. Appropriation. Is it appropriation when they do? Because you know Miley Cyrus. Like, think about it. You got like Miley Cyrus. You had Justin Bieber, and you had like even Katy Perry and Pink. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember Pink. She used to do like some hip hop stuff, some like R&B stuff too. Do you think that's appropriation? Are they taking from the culture without like?
I don't know. Like, without giving the way I look at it is, if it seems forced, then 9 times out of 10 it's not really them. So then it's appropriation. You feel me? But if I hear sincerity and the genuineness in what you're doing, and if they decide to label it hip hop, and your skin ain't the typical hip hop skin, you feel me? I can accept that it's hip hop, like, cause hip hop is what we do. Like, you feel me? Like, people don't look at it like that, but it is. Like, and Busy B himself told me that. You feel me? Like, rap is a thing that we do. You feel me? And hip hop is something that we live.
Right.
So if you telling me your truth, but your skin and my skin on opposite sides of the barrier. Who am I to say that that's not hip hop?
That's true. That's true. Now, and we got a newer person, and I don't know if y'all know about this, but we got a new person that's kind of like on that culture too. Well, she's not really new. Fergie. Y'all remember Fergie
from Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, yo, I heard she got a new album out, and I was unfortunately, I was listening to this with a friend, a female friend of mine, a few weeks ago, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's actually pretty good. And I was real surprised, yo. It's like pop.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Shepsworth Bentley, and make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh Baltimore radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Artist Exchange. The 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 Artist Exchange Live. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
Starts now. Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show today.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Black by Demand radio show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking. And see, and we look at that now, and like kids, they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1 million pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something.
Yes.
Now you're giving it something. So, okay, you take this, and this is what it is.
Right.
So now we have to run with this instead of teaching the child. This is how you put this together, so you see the result as this.
Right. Critical thinking. I like that. So look.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back everybody to the Black Bottom Man Radio Show. This is season 2, first show of 2018. We're so happy to be here. Today's show, we want to offer you something that we feel is going to help you through this year. So we're going to go over 25 tips to have a beautiful 2018. But at the top of the show, we was discussing the whole H&M situation. So we're just going to wrap that up. At the end of the day, as far as the Black Bottom Man Radio Show, what H&M done was wrong. I think we should take action against it, rather it's just saying, hey, I'm not going to, buy their clothes. I'm not going to buy as much, but a message should be sent. Everybody's grown. You don't put out messages like that without understanding, what you're doing. And H&M, if you out there listening, for future reference, do not associate anything with black people in the word monkey. It just doesn't go well. It has a whole history behind it.
Now you see.
And it's even more insulting to know that the closest human species on earth to a monkey is a Caucasian. We weren't born with tails, and a lot of y'all were. But I digress. So we're just going to keep it moving. And let's move on to what we got this show for, man. So it's 2018. Absolutely. My gosh. I mean, I remember that number used to be so futuristic, 2018. Yeah. So today I want to give my audience at least 25 things that they can do to have a wonderful 2018. 2018 is your year. And I don't say that just in cliche, right? Because you hear that every year. But what I want to be communicated is that when I say it's your year, I mean it's time for you to take charge of your life. It's time for you to take charge of the people you associate with. It's time for you to take charge of the activities that you participate in. All of our spare time cannot be spent having fun. Okay? This is how we stand still in life, because we work so hard that when we do have spare time, we feel we deserve to party and have fun. And I'm not saying that you don't, but you cannot spend all your time doing that. If you want a better life, you have to actively work on a better life. So we're going to give out some tips on what you can do to actively have a better life. And some of these tips are very small things that I think will go a long distance, right? But taking charge of your life and recognizing, and I'm sure there are people in the audience who can relate to this. We all have been around or have had people in our circles who drain us. Drain us. And because of the association, great coworker, my cousin, family members, you know, we're afraid to say, I got to fall back from this, you know, because this energy is not good. So, you know, for the time being, we're going to have to park our religious views. And we got to talk about universal law.
There you go.
You understand what I mean? This has got nothing to do with your religion. There are laws in place that the Most High put in place, right? And those laws are as simple as, you know, put out there what you want to come back to you.
There you go.
You know?
Yep.
So let's get into the first one. Now, this is a simple one, right? Each day, take a 10 to 30-minute walk every day. And while you walk, smile. It's the ultimate antidepressant.
Wow. And that's true.
That's true, right?
Been proven.
That's been proven.
What is it? Endorphins or something?
It releases endorphins.
Yeah.
Yes. Something as simple as taking a walk. I used to always notice that with the Asian culture.
Yeah.
I would always see like older Asian men walking with their hands behind their back. Just taking little strolls, right? And I'm thinking like, that's some good stuff. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Pace back and forth.
I don't even care how they're the most difficult to read. They're the most calm.
They really are.
Stoic.
Right.
But they be glad. You don't know what's they just
poker face is an understatement.
Understatement.
Right.
Yeah.
Poker face is an understatement. So yeah, last summer I started taking walks. You know, walking during the summer. I actually was doing it for exercise, you know what I mean, and just kind of like a mental release. So I can testify that this actually works. You know what I mean? This actually helps because your day is so boggled down with survival techniques. That's what I call it. Each and every day we're trying to survive. Survive the work day, survive traffic, survive finding out what's for dinner, surviving what happened with the kids in school for the day. It's a day of survival, right? So like when I would go out and take that walk, I felt like I wasn't surviving no more. I was just chilling.
There you go.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
I was just chilling. So what do y'all think about that? 10 to 30-minute walk every day.
I think it definitely makes a difference. It's definitely going to give you a less stressful day and a less stressful life if you do that.
I agree.
Give you time to think. You know, let your mind kind of clear out of what's going on in the house and at the job, and you know, like just take a walk.
Even if you're too busy and you think you don't have time to take that 30-minute walk, just use some of your lunch break time and, you know, try to walk outside and take the 30 minutes.
At least 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It still helps.
I think getting away from people is a part of it.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to walk away from everything. You know what I mean? Throughout your day. So when you take that 10-minute walk, you then walked away from the house situations, you walked away from the job, just for 10 to 30 minutes, nothing going into your ear other than what you allow to come into it. Right, what you're thinking.
Which more than likely because you're walking, it's going to be peaceful thoughts.
Yes. Yes.
And I read something somewhere that said like when it gets warmer, you should just what people don't do anymore is just take their shoes off and just walk through the grass.
Now, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Just when you're walking, because what you afraid a little dirt ain't gonna hurt nobody. Just don't try to step in no
washes right off.
dog food. You're fine. So
yeah, I heard that before. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So number 2, sit in silence for at least 10 minutes a day.
That's that meditation.
Meditation.
That's what it is.
Now this one, like I'm so in love with this one, right? Even though I'm still a novice at it. You know, I'm trying to learn to get better at it. But like I see the benefits involved in having silence for just a couple minutes. Now, I don't want to gross anybody out, right? But like my first understanding of this was actually, you know, when you're in the bathroom and, you know, it's number 2 time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You start figuring out your life while you sitting there in silence.
That's true.
You understand what I mean? You know, like,
while I do that
it's a getaway. You know, like for those little times that you are in that restroom, you just start thinking like, you know, you just start thinking. You know what I mean? You know, so that was kind of my first, you know, experience with that. Like,
then your leg
I'm almost a genius when I'm in here.
Right. Do you realize you were done 7 minutes ago?
Right.
You're just sitting there now. Just sitting
So sit in silence for at least 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
That's something I would like to try.
Yes,
it's
because that's taking control.
Easier said than done.
It is.
The first time I tried it, to silence my mind was like almost impossible.
Yes.
You gotta learn to silence your mind.
Got to learn to calm that mind down.
Patience to do it too.
The meditation, what they say is when you do it, because meditation, you're not actually supposed to be thinking about anything.
Exactly.
Right. You're trying to clear your mind.
You're trying to clear your mind. So when you do, you focus on your breathing pattern.
Yes.
In and out, and then when you feel yourself strain, you acknowledge that you're strained. Just go back to your breathing pattern.
Right.
So you focus on your in and out. You don't.
Nice.
You can say it. So that's how you clear it. Because most people, they don't know how to meditate. They think about what they got to do with their kids or where they going.
Right. You got to clear that out. Yes.
That defeats the purpose of the meditation.
Yeah, you got to clear that out.
Yeah, I read a book called Egyptian Yoga, Philosophy of Enlightenment.
Oh,
when
nice.
I first started seeking knowledge, and let me tell you, that was the best book to start with. It's a college textbook. I got it from Barnes & Noble. He actually had to order it. But long story short, he give you the history of yoga, and at the end, he actually showed you how to meditate. So that was one of the things he said. And what helped me out was, I think of a white room with nothing in it, just a white room. And that's all. And like after 10 seconds of that, my mind is silenced. You know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to try that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. I'm definitely going to try that.
I've tried meditating several times, and each time I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, what am I doing again?
I always end up falling asleep. I'll be sitting there trying to meditate.
Wake up to
wait a minute. But I guess either way, my mind got relaxed.
Yeah, it works.
Too relaxed. You know, where I was going. But yeah, I like that. Sit in silence for at least 10 minutes a day, you know, and just try to control your mind, because I think meditation helps us to realize how powerful we really are.
Absolutely.
We're very powerful. You know what I mean? This thing that we call a mind is very, very powerful. So when you deal with people who achieve the things they want to achieve, you know, whatever that may be, physically, spiritually, in the gym, in your religion or whatever, these are people who have learned some of the powers of their mind.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So there are a lot of benefits to meditating.
Yes, I think the benefits to meditating is I think it's an endless list.
Mentally, physically.
Yes, mentally, physically, the whole nine. You know, I know in Asian culture they deal with the chi. You know, that meditation teaches them how to shift their energy around and control it. And you know, I don't have any expertise in it, but I definitely believe in it. I believe in it. So yeah, so I think we should try to incorporate that into 2018, because at the end of the day, you are in control. No matter how much your life seems to be very chaotic, you can slow it down. You can hit the stop button, and I think that 10-minute walk can do that. All right, number 3. When you wake up in the morning, pray to ask God for your purpose today. Now that's deep. Not tomorrow. You know what I mean? What's my purpose for today?
And, you know, it's so funny that you said that. I always bring this up. I think I brought this up before. They did a study on like the brain, and like it was sort of Huffington Post. The people who didn't pray versus the people who prayed.
Right.
And there were portions of the brain that were lit up on the CAT scan.
Yes.
For the people who didn't. So there's actually some benefit to it, whether you scientifically that the part where imagination is in some other part of the brain with goals, with however your goals get processed, it was deep. That part of the brain is more active.
Yes.
And that's true.
So and the other persons was just the people who didn't pray, their brain looked crazy.
Yeah, because I think as a people, I think as black people, I think no matter what we are as black people, I think we all agree that prayer is great.
Absolutely.
You understand what I mean? Like, because we're just spiritual people by nature.
No matter the religion.
Right.
Either way, praying is praying.
Either way, praying is praying, right? You know what I mean? We won't even get into right, you know, because that's kind of silly. You know what I mean? If you pray that way, I pray this way, we pray. We pray, you know, so prayer is good. And but I thought it was very interesting to ask God for your purpose for today. Because I'll confess, I've never done that. You know, I might pray for you. You know what I mean? I might pray for my situation, but I've never like prayed and said, you know, what is my purpose for today? You know, for today, 1/15/2018, what is my purpose today?
And even with that, like when you say today, you know, this sounds nuts, but I have a couple long-term goals. I stopped worried about long-term goals because why am I worried about 2020? It's not even a concept yet.
Right.
You may not even see
you ain't made it to 120.
Yeah. So like now my goals are based off 60, 30, 60, 90-day goals.
Okay.
So like I got I'm taking it back to paper too. Where I got the calendar I printed out, and I'm going straight pen the paper like I'm a rapper. It's going on the paper.
Nice. Yeah.
No, because electronics is just too. Because by the time I try to look at something on my phone and I keep it folded up in my pocket, because I'm looking at Instagram and Facebook, I can't keep anything on my phone. It's just
True.
I'm not that strong. I'm gonna be looking.
And I think it puts a different message into the universe when you write it down.
It does.
You know, like you've already made it materialize through ink.
Yes.
Yeah, it's materialized through ink, right?
You manifested it on paper, and
right.
more likely you'll see it, man.
It's going to continue to do that.
People have to do that. I mean, some people have that skill to be. It's usually people who work in a high volume business who can have that scheduling like that electronically, but there's nothing wrong with sitting down and I had someone at my job tell me, well, I don't want to write it. I don't want to write things that I have to do out because I don't want that negativity. And I seen two people say that, which was weird because you writing out something on the paper, it goes back to the concept of black people, how we think. If we have that goal on the paper, them two people viewed it as negativity. And I said to myself, "What are you writing? What are you writing on the paper?" But it's so funny. But I've heard this before. It's something that you don't think about. We wouldn't think about that because we'd write it down. But I've heard people say that. Well, I don't want that negativity on the paper. And I said, "Well, that's interesting that you guys." I didn't berate that. I just was like, "Huh, that's interesting. You look at it like that."
Yeah, that is interesting.
Y'all view that as negativity, but I'm going off on something else.
Oh, you all right? Yeah, you all right, brother. So that's number 3. You know, when you wake up, pray and ask God for your purpose, you know, for today. And I like that one. You know, I want to try to incorporate that more because, you know, when I wake up, my purpose for the day is whatever I came up with. I got to go to the store, you know, go to work, you know, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I never stop to think, well, I wonder what the Most High wants me to do today. Absolutely. You know, so I really like that one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so number 3. And Kev, I know you're going to like this one because this is right up our alley.
Right.
Eat more foods that grow on trees and plants.
There you go.
And eat less food that is manufactured in plants. Yep. Now, that's a good one.
That's a challenge for me.
That is definitely a challenge, but that is a good one. Yeah. You know, learning how to eat better because it truly is the answer to eliminating disease. I am officially down 30 pounds in 2018. I feel good about that. You know, been on the vegetarian road. I didn't focus specifically on losing weight. I focused on getting healthy. And in the process of getting healthy, as Dr. Joel Furman taught me, your body will regulate its weight. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm down 30 pounds. And that was actually my goal. You know, I was like, I want to try to lose 30 pounds. And it's been going on since July of 2017. So, you know, I didn't just lose weight like that. You know, it's a slow process, eating better and better. And this was a part of it, you know, trying to eat more foods that grow on trees and plants.
Absolutely.
And less manufactured foods. And that'll cut down on our doctor visits.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Let the food be that medicine.
Yes, let the food be the medicine.
I was just watching a clip on Facebook. They had like all these 100 plus older females, black and white. And they was asking about tips, you know, how they survive to be, you know, 100 years old. The one black old lady goes, eat for nutrition, not for taste.
Yes.
And that's a big thing. And,
it is.
You know,
it is.
A lot of people want to eat for taste.
Yes.
Every meal is for taste.
Everything's for taste.
At some point, you got to go, all right, you know, just put your taste on the back burner and eat for nutrition. If you force your taste buds to adapt to your new health food, your taste buds will change.
Yeah, your palate will change.
It will.
It will change.
Better and better.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
So,
I mean, I can actually eat oatmeal now without putting a bunch of sugar in it.
Absolutely. Me too.
You know, and I used to couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And
it would just be so plain.
So plain to you.
So I was at Starbucks the other day and I got a coffee, right? And I didn't put no sugar and no cream in it.
There you go.
its effect on me was different. So when even you put the sugar and cream in, even if it's soy milk, whatever, if it's something, it changes.
It weakens it.
It weekens it.
Right.
So
It's black and strong. As soon as you sip it, you like.
So I felt
that
I had
coffee
a friend.
black.
I had my friend. My homeboy told me, he said, "Well, just drink it black, right?" And I'm like, "Well, okay, I'll try it." And its effect on me was different.
Okay.
For me,
Right.
my body didn't putting all the cream and sugar in there.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, well, hold that thought. We're going to take the next commercial break. Stay tuned on this Black by the Man radio show 2018. Beautiful tips on how you can have a good year. We'll be back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
All right, let's do to negotiate successfully. What can we do to negotiate successfully? It says silence can be a huge asset when you're negotiating or bargaining with someone. Most people feel deeply uncomfortable with silence, and they will do anything to try to break it, even if that means giving grounds in a major way.
That goes right back into the what was the other one where you just sit there getting somebody to give you more information?
Right.
You just sit there. And
That's along the same lines.
Yeah.
But I think that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Because there is going to be the period where that person's just looking back at you. Now you got to try to out Jedi mind trick them and then force them to break the uncomfortable silence.
That's what the Jedi.
The Jedi, right? That's what I always call it, right? And break that. What do you think, Miss Janice? You think you can...
Black by Demand radio show. You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing. Not just simply being told things, or how about this? You know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right?
Right.
Is that always the case, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's probably one of the biggest reasons we should be doing some critical thinking.
Yes, I agree. I definitely...
Just a bit outside radio show.
There is one glaring stat that I read about while watching the games over the weekend. New York Yankees went 22 straight innings with at least one strikeout.
Really?
That's a major league record for the postseason.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting statistic.
It is. You know, and then when you think about it, it's like, okay, you know, that, to me, that's like a big reason why, you know, they're losing right now.
Be Exposed Radio.
And more money, let them know, like, you're going to get a hit if you do some rap stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now,
appropriation, like, they be getting their money. I was just about to talk about that too. Appropriation. Is it appropriation when they do? Because you know Miley Cyrus. Like, think about it. You got like Miley Cyrus. You had Justin Bieber, and you had like even Katy Perry and Pink. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember Pink. She used to do like some hip hop stars, some like R&B stuff too. Do you think that's appropriation? Are they taking from the culture without like?
I don't know. Like,
without giving.
The way I look at it is, if it's.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back everybody to the Black by the Man radio show. This is season 2, and this is the first show of 2018, so we are giving you 25 beautiful tips to have a beautiful year in 2018. 2018 is your year. That's our statement for the day. It's your year, but you have to understand what that means. That means you have to take control. And in the process of taking control, you're probably going to have some people that's not going to be happy with you. Absolutely not. Because you're going to start spending time working on you. And that usually doesn't work good for other people. So just understand, if you really want it to be your year, you're going to have to do some things that might ruffle the feathers of other people. But remember, you come before everybody else. So take care of yourself. All right, so let's move on to number 5. Now, I see this as a challenge. Try to make at least 3 people smile each day.
There you go.
How about that?
I like that.
Yeah, try to make at least 3 people smile each day.
That's actually easy, man.
Yes, that's not that hard.
Yeah, say a joke or two, a few compliments here and
yes.
there.
Compliments. That's the way to get there.
Compliments work best.
Oh, I got something else. If you don't want to do that, go volunteer and go volunteer, help somebody.
Yes.
At soup kitchen.
That'll make somebody smile.
That'll make someone smile.
That'll make somebody smile.
And to kind of do something without any financial gain behind it.
Yes.
Because then when you do that, that's your hope, that's your motivation, and it changes. So try to volunteer.
Expect nothing in return.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Make 3 people smile each day. I got a kind of comedic undertone with the way I do things. So this one's kind of easy, you know what I mean? Because I can clown myself and make somebody smile, you know? But I do know people who this would be a challenge for. Because, like, I know some people that are just, like, very serious people. You know, like, they just ain't even into smiling or nothing. It's just like life is such a challenge for us sometimes that we forget to actually live. You know what I mean? And smiling is free.
It is.
Now, don't quote me on this, right? But I remember it's like, it takes, like, over 400 muscles in your face to frown, but it only takes like 4 to smile. It's something like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
the reason.
yeah, you know, like that tells it all right there. So smiling is free, smiling is easy, and I think it would be impossible for you to make someone smile and then that not make you feel good.
Absolutely.
You know, because I think that's just natural humanity. You know, if I can do something to put a smile on somebody's face for that day, you know, that's nice. You know what I mean? That's nice. And hopefully somebody can put a smile on my face.
And if you can't,
I like money.
That make anybody smile. Right
if you can't smile, then go to a comedy
make me
show.
Smile. Donations.
Walk up
Donations.
to you and hand you $1.
Just go on donate. Let me see somebody hit the donate button on the blackbodyman.com. You know, that'll make me smile. All right. So number 6. All right, number 6. Now, I can't speak on behalf of other races. I'm a black man. I'm going to speak about black people. Right. Black people, I want y'all to listen very closely to number 6, okay? Because this is so important, and it's such an issue amongst us, right? Do not waste your precious energy on gossip, energy vampires, issues of the past, negative thoughts, or things you cannot control. Instead, invest your energy in the positive present moment. Now, we need help on this one.
A whole lot of help.
I want black people to understand we some victims of this now.
Yeah, I am.
Yes,
So.
you know, and it's easy to get drawn into. You know what I mean? Especially if you already have like some feelings towards somebody. So like if I already have certain feelings towards Jason, right? And then Janice comes to me like, you know what, Jason's getting on my nerves. I done told him, and I'm going to be rolled right with, I know what you mean. He can be getting on my nerves too. See, it's that easy, you know, and really I could just be mad at Jason for something simple, but we can easily be drawn into it. It really does take a courageous person to stop another person and say, listen, I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to be in this conversation.
You rarely see that.
It's hard.
It happens, but
that's a challenge.
But we got to start doing it.
We have to. You have to remove yourself. Now, I'll tell you one of my techniques, right? This is what I do. When people start doing it, and I don't want to be rude to them and hurt them, I'll be like, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me make a phone call real quick. And I just walk away.
I'm using that one.
I just leave. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that way they not feeling like I, treated them bad. Like I'll just a little lie. I'll just be like, hold up a second. Let me make this phone call real quick, and then I walk away.
They ain't got an app that you can call your own phone. You hit a button. That's patented now. It's patented now. I'm suing y'all. It's on tape.
Right. That's what I do. I'll act like I had to do something real quick, so that way they're not feeling like I rudely was like, look, I don't want to hear this. I just play it off for something else.
I learned to be straight up in those conversations. When those conversations start, I just be like, I don't want to be a part of it.
Now that's acceptable. That's your right to do that. Yeah. That's acceptable.
But then like the thing is, man, sometimes once you entertain that, and things get repeated back to whoever, they might mention, everybody that was a part of that, conversation.
They might.
Yes.
They probably ain't say nothing.
You mean they will?
Yes.
They will,
Yeah, they definitely will.
And they'll put your name in it like you said something the whole time. You ain't say nothing.
You ain't said nothing.
You ain't say nothing.
All you did was agree.
Right.
So I come to you and I be like, yeah, Kev, they tripping. Right. They know they should have been here at 2:00. And all Kevin do is be like, oh, I feel you. Then I go back to them and be like, yeah, because Kevin was just in here saying that y'all should have been here.
And they really just saying, they really just saying, I feel you to get you away from them.
Right. They're trying to be polite. They're trying to be polite.
Just like, all right, I don't want to hear too much more.
Trying to be polite.
Sometimes you don't even have to say anything. They just be like, I was talking to Janice about And I never said a word.
Never said a word. Never
Yes.
went it, so.
You just said what you was talking about, and they just assumed we both were in on a conversation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by it's your year. But you're going to have to do some things. Right. You're going to have to take control. You're going to have to remove yourself from certain situations just so you're not even bringing that vibe, that energy into your world, because it's not constructive conversation.
No, it's not.
And I would much rather have a constructive conversation than to listen to the gossip. But don't get me wrong, I'm human. You know, the shit be juicy.
That's the whole catch-22.
That's
right.
the hard part, you know, because like it be juicy.
I'll be pleasant in it. I just be like, I am so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
I do not want to be a part of this.
You know, because some things I can't resist. You know, they come up to you like, yo, did you hear that? What's his face and them? They doing a little something outside of work. You like, what? Oh, I knew she liked him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get caught in it real quick. Real quick. But I definitely think we have to work on it. What about energy vampires?
Well, that's true. That's real.
Yeah.
I mean, because energy is transferable. Energy, it transition. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody come in the room already mad, depressed, upset, or just like angry, people sense that.
Yes, they do.
And they could be talking all laughing and joking, but once that person walk in, you can feel the mood change.
Yes, yes.
Like everybody's now like quiet, just
Yes.
sitting there like.
Them energy vampires. See, that energy vampire is that person that everybody gets skeptical about when they know they're coming somewhere.
Right.
So you'd be like, oh, we're going to have the cookout, you know, so forth and so on. Like, okay, Mike going to be there? Yeah, he going to be there.
Oh, man.
I might have to pick my son up, so I don't know if I'm going to be there, right? But look, we're going to stay on this one. Got to take another break. We'll be back. Black by the Band Radio Show. Yeah, those energy vampires, man.
The Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if I'm sitting down reading a book and then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me throw this Lupe on, get this real lyrical going on, and maybe I see a whole nother side of something. But if I'm sitting down with a bottle, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Like, you might turn on the right Lupe song, you feel me? And because I'm drunk, I'm going to get lit for it. Right. But, yeah, for the most part. Nah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Shepsworth Bentley. And make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh, Baltimore radio.
Exposed Radio.
It's a family affair if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this wisdom on the wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So they'll see that, you know, we were just three women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you. When we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement, and that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So, yeah.
You are exactly right.
The Inspired Radio Show. Tune in every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. It is what it is. Radio show.
All right, listen. All right, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all, it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support. Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support. No. Sometimes.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Back, everybody. So on our last tip, we was going over not wasting precious energy on gossip and energy vampires. I think this is one of the ones that is going to be a challenge for us, because a lot of times these people are people who are close to us. Yeah. You know, your co-workers, your cousins, your mama. You know what I'm saying? Your uncle. You know, like it's people that are close to us, and you know, you stay polite because you don't want to offend them. Yeah. But you know, you have a right to take care of yourself physically and mentally. So this is mental health, you know. This is mental health, you know. And again, it takes a certain courageous person to start removing themselves from these type of people and just say, you know, I just don't come around like I used to. You know, I still love everybody, but I'm trying to focus on me. Right. Because you can easily be drawn into that. Invest your energy in the positive present moment. Focusing on what you got positive going on versus the negative. Absolutely. Because the negative can dominate our thoughts. Yeah. You know, because I don't know if it's just a built-in mechanism where we want to fix it. You know what I mean? Right. But it ends up dominating our thoughts. Right. All right, so number 7 goes back to nutrition. So it says, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince or princess, and dinner like a college kid with a maxed out charge card.
That's a new one.
That's interesting, right? So, you know, eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince or princess, and then dinner like a maxed out charge card. Right. You know, so I guess the whole point on that is emphasizing that, you know, as you get later in the day, you know, Kevin's a fitness guy. The food, later you eat food, the more it's going to pile up on you.
Pretty much not getting no dinner then.
Say ramen noodles for dinner, huh? Yeah, like when I switched over to being a vegetarian, like I took it one meal at a time. You know, so like I knew I wasn't going to be able to just say, okay, I'm not eating no more meat, period, right? So I started with breakfast. You know, I started not having meat for breakfast. I'd have meat for lunch and then meat for dinner. And then once I felt like I had the breakfast thing under control, because it deals with figuring out what you're going to eat. You know, like Western culture had me in a state of mind when I thought to myself, okay, if I don't eat like bacon and eggs and stuff for breakfast, what am I going to eat? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know, like, you can eat fruit, you know, you can eat you can eat oatmeal, you can eat eggs, right? You know, but like there's other stuff that I just wasn't familiar with that I associated with breakfast. So once I got the breakfast thing under control, then I moved on to lunch. And I started figuring out, okay, how can I have lunch without eating a bunch of meat? You know, of course, salads and, you know, things like that, work my way down. And that's kind of what this is in reference to, you know, like learning how to eat. Because really, like, did we ever really truly learn how to eat? Or did we just learn how to consume? You get what I mean? Yeah. You know, like we don't really know how to eat. We just know we eat what we like to eat.
But this whole thing goes into my weekend goals, which I haven't started yet. But trying to eat a vegan meal, you know, just over my weekends. There
you go.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I really like the Land of Kush down in Baltimore. Yeah, good stuff, right? Vegan soul food. If you guys want to try some good vegan soul food, you know, check out the Land of Kush down on what's it, East Utah or North Utah Street. I mean, I'm not affiliated with them. I'm not getting nothing for plugging it for them, but you know, it's a black business that's trying to keep us healthy. So
yeah, but my first
I don't need to.
Meal, my first vegan meal just wasn't a good experience.
You wasn't impressed with it, huh?
At all.
Definitely gotta go to the Land of Kush.
Yes.
That vegan mac and cheese. I mean,
she didn't like it.
It's better than
horrible.
Really?
It was delicious.
It was good. To me, it was good.
I couldn't get it down my throat.
The vegan barbecue ribs. What about that? Did you have that?
It was just chewy.
Really?
I was just chewing for days.
Man, I don't know what kind of sauce. That sauce was.
That sauce was banging, right? That sauce is lovely.
I was just chewing for days.
I think it taste buds just gotta get used to it.
Yes.
Yeah, like it takes buds to make that transition.
Yeah, the macaroni I couldn't even get it down my throat.
Couldn't handle it.
And then see, like when you eat it, you can't think about real macaroni and cheese when you're eating it. That's probably what threw you off.
Kind of got to clear your mind and say, let me just see what this tastes like.
I think what threw me off, it looked pretty good. And it threw me off when I just, oh, God.
I liked it. It almost tastes like cornbread to me.
Yeah, a little bit. Cornbread
texture. Yeah, I liked it. It got a little sweetness to it. It was pretty good. But yeah, that's worth something checking out.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
All right, number 8. Number 8 is, remember, life isn't fair, but still good.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. Yeah. Life is not fair. Still good, right?
Right.
I had quoted to Jason on the last show of season 1 what Bruce Lee was known for his quote, where he says, you know, don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to handle a hard one.
There you go.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, that falls right in that. It's unfair. Life is unfair.
Right. Yeah.
But it's still good.
Still good.
It's still good, you know?
And that's true, because people always, they always try to make things fair, but even in trying to do that, you can never really do that because even people's support systems in life are different.
Right.
So then you might have a person who doesn't have support from their mother or father, and a person who does. So how are you going to make that? How are you going to equal that out?
Right.
You really can't.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. It's like the one with the support will have some kind of advantage in some way.
Some type of way, whether you like it or not. Yeah, so
which is not fair.
Which is not fair, but it's a whole. Nothing's fair. So that's definitely a good one.
Right, right. And as black people, we should be more used to this than anybody on the planet. Yeah, like this is a no-brainer for us, right? Yeah, you know, like life isn't fair for us pretty much every day, but it doesn't mean we have a bad life. You know, because it definitely could be worse. Okay, number 9. Life is too short to waste time hating anyone. Forgive them for everything. Now, that's powerful because I'm a Scorpio, right? And I don't, know if people in the audience know about Scorpios, but you burn a Scorpio, and it's kind of hard for us to let it go. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it's on a revenge thing, but it's almost like, your character has been damaged with me. I'm going to be suspect of you from here forward. And, and I have to actively practice, for forgiving people because, like, I will say, oh, yeah, I forgave that person, right? But then I'll really think about it, and I really haven't. Like I was just being politically correct, you know what I mean? But inside, I'm thinking, right, and so I can struggle with that. I think Scorpios struggle with that, because we look hard at character. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about what's your zodiac if you don't mind?
Leo.
Okay, Leo's going to be in charge all the time. This is an in charge woman right here. Leo's going to be in charge.
You already know.
So Scorpios don't do well with it if you hurt them. You understand me?
I don't do well I'm Gemini. I don't do well with it either.
You don't do well for either, right? So
I'll say that I forgave you, but in reality, if you really get me, nah.
Yeah, it's like I can become cool and kosher and all that.
Yeah.
But inside, I'm thinking, dog, I'm not fooling with you no more. You know what I mean? Like you hurt me.
Yeah, I don't have to stick my hand in the fire twice to know it burns. That's my only thing.
Right.
Especially as you get an adult, when you're younger, you can kind of forgive. It kind of depends, I think, because you kind of. But like we're talking about dealing with adult people, you meant to do that.
Right.
You over a certain
and that's
age.
one of the things I struggle with. You know what I mean? Because it's a struggle knowing the person hurt you on purpose.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I can grasp the concept that they didn't really mean to hurt me. But when you evaluate things and you that person straight up tried to hurt me, tried to crush me.
Take it more personal.
Right. It's a little bit more personal. So I definitely have to work on that. I mean, what about y'all?
I'm very forgiving.
See, I think I'm very forgiving. I just don't think it's always genuine.
Right.
Mine is always genuine.
Okay. All right. Well, what about you, Jason?
I can believe that because women have that nurturing thing, so I naturally, so I can see how that would be true.
Okay.
I can. Like, I'm not gonna beat you up when I see you, but I might just say I might be cordial, but I'm not gonna. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not going to let you back in, to be completely honest.
Right.
You ain't going to be a fool.
I'm not going to so.
Some people you really can't trust after you forgive a person. Some people can't be trusted again.
Yeah.
Right.
To be in that same space.
Because the second time they get me, I can't even be mad at them.
Right. You ain't learned from the first time, right?
Burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me.
But if it's a close family member or really, really close friend, and it didn't seem malicious, then yeah. But you talking about if we just acquaintances or we casual and you do something crazy, that's definitely
you know. I actually had an uncle pointed out to me. He just made a comment one day, right? But it really made me think. And he didn't even realize what he said to me. But we was having a conversation. He was like, "No, I'll be there." He said, "Because I don't want to get you mad because you hold grudges, right?" And I was sitting there like, I don't hold no grudges, you understand me? But then I had to think like, wait a minute, now this is my uncle, right? My uncle been knowing me longer than I've been knowing me, right? And I really sat and thought about it like, damn, I do. You understand what I mean? And then I'm looking at like family members, like I know other family members that hold grudges. And I'm like, damn, I do be holding grudges. Like, and my uncle pointed that out to me, and he didn't even realize that he pointed out.
And that can
and I set out to change it. You know what I mean? Like, I got to stop being
that
like
that. That could be
that.
a learned behavior, too.
I definitely think it's a learned behavior.
Because you can see it, it's in your unconscious mind that this is how I handle this when something happens.
Yeah, like, and I didn't know that about myself. You know what I mean? So I grew in that moment because he made me, and I'm looking back and I'm thinking, yeah, because there's some people I don't like to this day. You know what I'm saying? Who did something to me 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, man, maybe I do hold grudges.
I mean, but it did say forgive them. It didn't say forget.
True.
It
True.
just said forgive them.
True. Yeah.
Because, like Jason said, if it happens to you again, then that's on you.
Right.
But it said forgive them. It didn't say forget. So.
And life is too short because I definitely don't hate anyone. You know what I mean? So that part I got wrapped up. You know, even people who have offended me, I don't hate them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I forgive them, but I just don't know how deep it goes all the time. I'm a work in progress. I got to work on that, right? All right, number 10.
Well, then I have one question on that
Go ahead.
before we leave it there.
Sure.
So for the ones that are, you know, have a hard time with forgiving, do you want forgiveness?
I definitely want forgiveness. I think with me, in order for me to reach that stage where I feel like I told you I forgave you, but probably really didn't, it's when you hurt me. Like, you know, you got to do something serious to hurt me. You get what I'm saying? I'm a man. I can handle, you understand what I mean? But sometimes people do things that hurt you. Now, this would probably take effect with close friends and family members. These are people who can hurt you. Like, we've all had family members and close friends who like done some really dirty stuff, and you just like, I can't believe you did that to me.
Do something
Like that. That's the stuff that I end up struggling. But just basic stuff, no, I forgive, you know, and move on.
Yeah, because that was my question.
Yeah.
Are the ones that's last to forgive, are they the first that want,
Yeah.
you know, forgiveness?
Yeah, no, I definitely give forgiveness because I think it takes courage to ask somebody for forgiveness. Now, what I don't respect, and I'll put this on the record, what I do not respect is people who do wrong and don't act like they did wrong.
Yeah.
Like if I do you wrong and you can say to me, look, Mike, that was wrong what you did to me. I was offended. I'm going to say, you know what, Kevin? I'm so sorry. I apologize. But I've been surrounded by people throughout my life who do dirt. And if you think they're going to apologize and say, sorry what I did to you, see, they'll try to do other stuff, be nice to you, start showing you, but see,
try
like,
to butter you up.
Right, try to butter you up. But like, to me, a part of being a man, I can't speak for women, right? But a part of being a man, you can't just be big and bad on that side of being a man. You got to be that same big and bad when you wrong. And go to somebody and say, I want to apologize to you for what I said. You know what I mean? I was upset. I really didn't mean it. I know it was hurtful, and I'm so sorry. And I know a lot of men that can't do that. And I can't respect that. You're not a man to me if you can't step up and apologize for what you did, because I've done wrong and apologized to people. You understand what I mean? But there are a lot of men that
can't do it.
They cannot do it, bro. They see it as being soft. Egotistical. I'm not bowing down. That's not what it's about.
They're just simply not sorry.
Right. That's the true message.
Makes it more
right.
hurtful.
They're really not sorry. So I do have a problem respecting people who can't apologize when they should. And we've all been in situations where we had to apologize. Because I think it's empowering. You know what I mean? Like, if I apologize to somebody, I think it empowers both of us. And I think it shows that I have compassion for what that person felt.
You released the tension and
I
negative
released it. I released it.
out of the situation.
And, you know, me personally, I don't buy when people say, well, I didn't apologize because I wasn't trying to offend them. Right. It doesn't matter what you were trying to do.
You were, because you already said it.
Right. But you get what I'm saying?
It's okay to be sorry about something.
You know, if I offend someone, even though I didn't try to, but they say, Mike, you offended me. I'm going to say, well, you know what? Sorry. That wasn't my intention. I do apologize for offending you. I'm not going to stand strong and say, well, I'm not apologizing to you because I know I didn't set out to offend you.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if I set out. Right.
That's wrong.
You have to respect the way people receive things.
Exactly what you just said, I can relate to the Trump asshole comment. And the people that said, well, was he lying? That's not the point.
Not the point.
We all know certain parts of Haiti and Africa it looked like a shithole. Some of it.
Right.
You know, but that
so
doesn't
does
mean
America.
So does America. Baltimore City, whole blocks of vacant houses. That's a shithole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And other urban cities. But I say that to say it's about him offended. And,
yes.
You know, the statement is still wrong, but you don't say that.
Right.
So it don't make him right because it's true.
Yeah,
In a sense.
yeah, because he's speaking for a whole entire nation. He's just not speaking
For himself,
when you take that office, since this is a multicultural country, kinda. There's different places here. It's like 65% white. Anyways, he's still speaking for one group of people. This is not like he's a president of more than one race, so he can't. That's what the problem is. If he's a citizen and he feels that way,
yeah, cool. Yeah,
he can't even. That's his opinion. But since you're speaking for a whole nation, you can't do that.
And you representing, right? You got certain responsibilities.
I like that breakdown of it. That's very true.
I want to read a comment here from Miss Crystal Major. She says, wow, what about the people that don't apologize when they don't feel they are wrong, despite you telling them that they hurt you? See, I still feel you should apologize, you know, even, you know, because, it's about the way the people received it.
It is about the way the people perceived it, because, I mean, see, that where it goes, really, you need sensitivity training to a certain point, because it doesn't matter. Like, so I make this joke. And everybody's laughing. Mike's offended by it. It doesn't matter if the joke is funny. It doesn't matter if the joke is accurate. It doesn't matter if the joke is the truth or not the truth. Mike was super offended by it, and it really affected him. And it was inappropriate to him. You have to apologize. That's the adult thing to do.
That's the adult thing to do. That's the adult thing.
And if you don't do that, you are not an adult, unfortunately.
That's it, straight up.
And when it shouldn't even bother you.
It shouldn't bother you, right?
Yeah.
The fact that it does shows your true ignorance.
Right.
Or people do this. Well, this is another shot that people take at people, because I've done this before, and this is wrong. Oh, I apologize for offending you, but not the joke. So see when you do that,
they putting butts on it, right?
So when you do that, no, and people do it.
Yes, they do.
So you're really just saying, "F you." I'm saying I'm apologizing to you because I kind of have to, but I'm really not doing it.
Right, I'm really not feeling it. Right,
I'm just doing it because it seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
A correct apology is
no buts.
I apologize.
Right.
For hurting you. Point blank. Period. There's no extra.
Right.
Well, I apologize for hurting you, but not the joke. Then that defeats the purpose.
And it's such a simple set of words to say.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Like
That's
you can take the power out of it just by giving it to them. You know, even if you feel like I don't know why it offended them, but it did. So,
but you did.
I apologize to them. But look, let's go to the next commercial break. Stay tuned with us. As you can see, this is a great conversation. We'll be back. Black by the Man Radio Show.
The Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
period.
The real.
You right.
That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right.
And all that old money shouldn't go toward this. Money should go to if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week. You don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio show.
And the guy, my friend was like, hey, there's a young lady walking down. He's like, hey, you should go holler at her. And I'm like, nah, man. I'm a shy guy anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But he's like, yeah, do it, man. Go ahead, do it. So I said, hey, how are you? She kept walking past, and my friend also yelled out something as well. So she had stopped and she had looked at us or whatever, and she said, this was the day before Christmas too, it was so bad. And she's like, God damn it, it's Christmas. Like, leave me alone. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally trying to talk to her. I'm catcalling. And I'm thinking like, it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm literally thinking this is...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Sure, right. So we're back, everybody. Welcome back. We're going over 25 tips to have a great year. So we was just speaking on apologies and forgiving people. And I want to say this about an apology, right? And this is just food for thought, and everybody can give this a thought, even the audience. But I was taught by an older black man, right, that if you have to ask someone for an apology, it's no good.
It's no good.
Yeah.
An apology is only valid if they do it on their own accord. If I have to say to you, well, I feel like you owe me an apology, even if he gives it, it's not genuine. He only did it because I said it.
You asked him.
I asked you for it. You gave me what I asked for. So I thought that was interesting when I was taught that.
Or if it comes with conditions, or like I said, extra comments that have nothing to do with the apology.
Right.
Like, well, I didn't feel like it was offensive, but since you're offended by it, I'm sorry.
Now look,
like,
and I'll say this. I'll be a little transparent with this one, right? I'll tell you the sinister side of me when it comes to apology, right? I will give you an apology because I have every intention on stripping you of the power to hold that over me. I'm not going to allow you to go to other people and say, Mike did me wrong. He knows he owes me an apology, and he won't do it. Right. No, I'm taking that power from you.
Take it away.
Right, because, see, everybody's going to be on that person's team when they say that. Absolutely. Oh, he's wrong. He should apologize, right? Now, this is how I'm going to take the power. I'm going to apologize. And now those same people are going to be like, well, man, he apologized to you, so what do you want? See?
What do you want?
I'm the winner. You know, so just food for thought. That's my sinister side. I'm going to strip you of that power, you know?
That's real, man.
Okay, let's read a comment here, though. Miss Natasha Jackson, she says, I disagree. When you apologize, it should be sincere. If you are comfortable with your actions, you can apologize for offending someone and not be sorry for the action you've done. If not, you'll be, let me finish reading here. If not, you'll be changing yourself and accommodating people for the rest of your life. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Jason.
No, I don't really. That's kind of circumstance. I don't think because then you're still holding. When you say that, you're still holding the fact that you made someone feel a certain way. These situations are circumstantial. Like, not everything. Like this, you kind of can feel if someone's being too sensitive because they're always offended. So we're not talking about the extreme circumstance.
Right.
Like if you said a racial,
we're talking about some real deal.
Some real deal. So we're not talking about the little petty stuff. But if you really did say or said let's say a racial slur to somebody and they were offended by it. You kind of need to apologize.
Yeah, just say I'm sorry
for that.
Sorry about that. You know?
Or insensitive comments. We're not talking about because your husband was mad because the pork chops wasn't like, you know what I mean? Sizzle.
Not the pork chops.
Yeah. The sizzle with the mushrooms and then he trying to go upside your head. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about
something a little more serious.
Something more serious.
Okay.
Not so remove the petty thoughts from it. No pettiness. Take the petty out.
Right. Yeah. I like that. Take the pettiness out. Right. All right, so let's move on to number 10. I like number 10. So number 10 says, don't take yourself too seriously. No one else does. Yeah. Now I am that guy. You understand what I mean? Like y'all have seen we being here, we take pictures. I be giving people the finger. You know what I mean? Because and I had somebody say that to me, like, yo, like you a talk show host. You kind of took a picture giving somebody the finger. I'm like, dude, I don't take myself that seriously. You know what I mean? Like life is too short. Like I enjoy being me and having fun. You know what I mean? I'm nobody. I'm just a dude trying to put out a message and have some fun. It's just not that serious for me. You know what I mean? I have fun with it. I mean, what do y'all think about that?
Yourself.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, Howard Stern can do that. He's a talk show host.
Right.
Nobody would question him.
Right.
Because
exactly.
they know that's him.
And it's evident he don't take himself seriously.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like even though I talk about serious things, right?
Yeah.
But I never want people to look at me like, I'm this, pillar of knowledge and brother Mike. Yeah, no. I'm just passing on knowledge that was given to me. Yeah. I want our people to have it. I think it's fun. And at the end of the day, I'm still just some dude from around the way, man. So you don't know what might come out of my mouth.
You definitely don't know what's going to come outside my mouth. After a couple shots of Tito's, I'm going to be...
right. Like I might have a couple drinks and transform into somebody else. It won't be bad, though. I like to get on the floor, get a couple drinks in me. In my mind, I look like Usher. I'm sure I don't. But again, I don't take myself that serious, So what y'all think about that one?
I don't want to take myself too serious, and I don't want to be taken too seriously.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to be in a room and tell a joke and everybody just sitting there looking at me either.
Right.
Because I'm so serious.
They too scared to laugh.
Because I'm such a serious person. So, no.
All right, so let's move on. But that's good advice, though, I think. You know what I mean? Like don't take yourself too seriously because nobody else does. Nobody else does. They really don't. All right. Number 11, you don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree.
I'm working on that.
I'm learning that too. I'm a little slow on that one. Yeah. I was on the short bus on that one because it's like an argument is almost like a challenge. It is. Like you challenge me.
I'm working on that.
You know?
I think that's what people take arguments as, a challenge.
They do.
So
they
it's
do.
very difficult.
I buy out gracefully now.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, I've gotten better at it.
I buy out gracefully because I feel like what's the point of arguing? Even if, and it's been times where I knew I was right.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was like, you know what? I'm not about to argue with this person.
Right.
You know, in this day and age, you never know who's going to take it to the extreme. Like,
especially black people.
Yeah, they will kill you.
Black people will hurt you over an argument.
Like, bro,
you better let that argument go.
I mean,
be outside waiting on you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Black people don't know how to argue. What? We go to war.
The simplest thing.
Simplest thing, you know?
No, I got better at it. But over the past couple months, I slipped up. I've been going back and forth.
Been going back and forth.
Yeah. I was before. I was zen like. I was in my Buddha state. Jason will not argue with you. but here recently, I done went off 2 or 3 times.
Right,
yeah, 2 or 3 people.
You human, brother.
I gotta rein that back in. Thank you for the tips, Mike.
You human, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. All right, so 30 seconds before the next break. What helped me out is I found that a lot of people that like wanted to debate with me like really didn't know what they was talking about. Exactly. So I can't even argue with you when you don't even have no facts or no knowledge. So I just got to give you that W. Like, no, I'm telling you. I'm like, you know what? You right. You got that. You right, brother. Yeah. All right, let's take another break. We'll be right back. Yeah, like I realized that.
Be Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if I'm sitting down reading a book and then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me throw this Lupe on, get this real lyrical going on, and maybe I see a whole nother side of something. But if I'm sitting down with a bottle, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Like, you might turn on the right Lupe song, you feel me? And because I'm drunk, I'm going to get lit for it. Right. But, yeah, for the most part.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Shepsworth Bentley. And make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh, Baltimore radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Black by Demand Radio Show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking. And see, and we look at that now and like kids, they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right, right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1 million pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you actually had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something.
Yes, yes,
now
yes.
You're giving it something. So, okay, you take this, and this is what it is.
Right,
so now
right.
we have to run with this instead of teaching the child, this is how you put this together so you see the result as this.
Right, right. Critical thinking. I like that.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue, and she wants to.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Well, we lost a cast member. Mr. Jason's a little under the weather, and he had to go. Things he had to take care of. So he will be back with us, no worries. So we're going to finish up with you guys and giving you guys these great tips for 2018 because I want everybody to have a wonderful year. Okay, so let's move on. We last left off with not having to win every argument. So we agreed that that's something we got to learn to adapt, right?
We agreed to live.
We agreed to live, right? All right, so number 12 is make peace with your past so it won't spoil your present.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's almost like forgiving and like the whole thing again.
Yeah, I think that's like forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Making peace with your past.
Absolutely.
Things you've done in the past.
Yeah.
So from an audience out there, forgive yourself. We've all done things we're not proud of, but we have to forgive ourselves and move forward. And again, this is all about taking control. Number 13, don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about.
Oh, that is so true.
That is so true.
That's so true, right? Because we've all been victims of that.
That is something that's just so often done.
It is.
Comparing your life to others.
It is. It is. Because we use other people as our measuring stick.
Yeah, but they don't.
And we shouldn't.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Trying to keep up with the Jones.
Yeah, but you don't know what the next person has been through getting there either.
Right.
So you
True.
don't know their struggles.
Yep.
You don't know their struggles.
Or if they're even there. Some people will give the impression they're doing better than what they're doing.
That happens a lot. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. Because, I mean, I know Facebook in particular. I mean, I see some things on Facebook. I just want to say to the people in the Facebook world, I love y'all lives.
They make it seem so grand.
Oh, I'm so envious. You got such a great life.
Make it seem so grand.
Yeah, everything is so grand on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's living good. Everybody takes vacations. They get raises. They get new cars. Their kids get the best grades in school. You know, it's amazing. You know what I mean?
It's really bad too, because you know some people really get depressed over that. You know, some
Yeah,
people
they do.
really
That's
grieve in
true.
that, and you know, some,
That's true.
but some others they really get depressed
And their
about that
mind
because-
starts working against them.
Yeah,
It does.
so
Yeah, yeah.
that's
Having
why
them thinking that they not on point.
That's why
That's
it's
true.
important. Like, don't try to judge your life with somebody else's. 'cause
Right.
Yes.
Everybody got their own journey, man.
Everybody got their own journey, and it's a marathon.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon.
As long as you finish.
You know, I remember being told that when I was younger, and then like I seen it actually happen. Like I remember being in say like mid-20s, and you know, and you looking at some other people, your peers, and you like, man, you know, like such and such then bought a house, and such and such got married. You know what I mean? And you thinking, man, I feel like I'm behind.
None of that yet.
You did none of that yet, right?
But you still have to remember when I meet you, I'm gonna tell you all the good things about me. I'm not gonna tell you
all the bad things
right.
you've been through.
All of that's gonna
Right.
stay back right now. So
Yeah, because then when you check back years later,
Mhm.
and things is getting good for you,
right?
And then it's like, oh, the house got foreclosed,
right?
They getting divorced.
Right.
You just like, wow, it's really a marathon. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind, but just keep running the race. You know, keep running the race, which goes right into number 14, which is no one is in charge of your happiness except you.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
So don't make your happiness based on other people's happiness.
That's true, man.
You know?
Because your happiness would be up and downs. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Every day will be up and down.
It'll be up and
never
down.
be consistent because you're going off of how other people are going to make you feel.
Right.
You know?
you have to remember, nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you sad. You're in charge of that. You're in
Thank
control
you.
of
You're
that.
in charge.
You in charge.
I tell that to people close to me all the time because, you know, it's easy for people to blame somebody else for the reason they're not happy.
Right.
You know, but that's BS. It's
Yes.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Right,
you should
right.
be happy regardless.
You
If
should be
somebody's
happy
affected
regardless.
That, you know, you got to fix that situation.
Right, and this is what I was speaking on earlier about it takes courage to really achieve the things in your life that you want. Because if you are in charge of your happiness, like we saying, right, then you're going to have to be the one to eliminate people who don't bring happiness.
Thank you.
And
Anybody
we struggle
affected.
with that.
Yeah, we do.
We struggle with that.
It's hard to let
because
go.
it's close friends, relatives.
Close friends and relatives, whatever the case is, man. Yeah. It's
Yep.
hard to let go of certain people.
You got to let go. You know, like you cannot grow as a person being surrounded by people who are not trying to grow.
Absolutely.
You know, and with the background that most of us come from, I think we've had access to a lot of people that really are not trying to grow. Right. Talk a good game, but really not trying to mature mentally, really not trying to take some of their spare time and not spend it all on having fun. Because you know we like to have fun.
We do.
We are fun people. You understand what I mean? You know, but
Every
sometimes you got to chill out.
Yep. Absolutely.
Study.
Study. Take that time. Read up on some things.
Rub some elbows
Right.
with some people who think the way that you starting to think.
Absolutely.
You know, like you can't grow being around only people that you grew up with or just your family members unless they are of constructive behavior and they're trying to grow too.
Same journey as you.
Same journey as you.
Right, and remember, if you're in charge of your own happiness, just surround yourself with a whole lot of happiness.
There you go.
Get all
Yes.
that,
Positive.
get all that sadness out.
No energy
Yes,
vampires.
yes.
Yep, no negativity.
Let go of keeping track of what the others are doing. So when your coworker gets
Break
that
down.
new car, right?
Yeah.
And you thinking, man, I've been working here longer than him. You know, how he jump out get that Cadillac, you know?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Ignore
it.
it.
It's a situation.
Right? It's a situation. Ignore it. It wasn't meant for you to have it.
The happiness one really is a big one, though, because you know, even with some people who go to church on Sundays, go to church just to hear the preacher preach to make themselves feel good,
Right.
to make themselves seem happy. So
True.
the happiness one is really
That'll
a big
last
one.
for like the next 3 days. After that,
Right.
you're back to being
Back to-
unhappy.
right.
So you
Yes.
gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
So people really do have to learn that they're in control of their
You
own
gotta control
happiness.
Yep. Alone time is really good. You
It
know
is.
what I mean?
It helps with that. Yeah.
It helps with that.
And that 30-minute walk a day.
Yeah, there you go. There's that alone time, right? So number 15 says, frame every so-called disaster with these words. In 5 years, will this matter?
I like that. I was asking myself that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In 5 years, will this matter?
99% of it won't.
99% of it won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really won't. So whatever I was mad at 5 years ago, or whoever I was mad at 5 years
Will it
ago,
make a difference 5 years from now?
I'm not mad at you no more.
Yeah,
you know?
some of that madness tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
really matters.
Right.
When it matters tomorrow.
Right. All right, number 16. Help the needy, be generous, be a giver, not a taker.
There you go.
Now, we all resonate with that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, with the Black Bottom Man radio show, you know, I'm trying to be a giver with information.
Right.
You know what I mean? To stimulate certain thought processes. You know, taking things that have been taught to me, books I've read, elders I've been underneath, and then passing it on, you know, to the audience for free.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's kind of my way of giving because, like, the knowledge that was shared with me, I don't want to hoard it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You gotta
I have learned over the years that everybody doesn't want to hear it. You know, but I figure, you know, at least with this, you know, if you tune it in, then you must want to hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my way of giving back, and I'm still trying to find somewhere where I can get some of these clothes that I've been, you know, going through. You know how you do your little going through your clothes and like, I don't even wear this, you know, but I want to give it to somebody that's going to wear it. You know what I mean? Not just one of these hustle agencies like Goodwill. Purple. I gave Purple Heart a lot of stuff over the years, but I don't really know what they're doing with their clothing. And I really want to get it in the hands of my people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to give back that way as well, because there are people who can use that stuff.
Actually, I just passed a spot coming down here. The little clinic they made for the homeless people, right? And they were sleeping like right outside of the. It's like right there by the bridge coming towards this area here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I seen the van pull up at the red light, get out.
They take like clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe so. You know?
Yeah, you have to give me that address, man, because I got plenty of stuff. I just been holding on to it, trying to find the right time.
Like, hey man, will somebody fit this?
Right, yeah,
they'll look
you know,
good. You know,
good jeans, good shirts, everything.
Okay.
Okay, so for 2018, if you are a taker, then you're going to start giving back.
Giving back.
It's going to make you feel really good.
And that's universal law, you know, put out, you know, what you want to come back to you.
Get back what you put out. That's real.
All right, here's a good one. Now, shout out to my man Yogi, not here with us today, but Yogi really liked this one when I had brought it up on another show. And it says, what other people think of you is none of your business.
There you go.
That's powerful. That's powerful. What other people think of you is none of your business.
You'll be so caught up, man, because everybody got an opinion of you.
Yeah.
You'll be so caught up worrying about,
yes,
you know, multiple people and their opinions of you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that ain't
yep.
I just told somebody that the other day, and they were really impressed with it.
Yeah.
I got it from the show. I got it from the Black Bottom Man
From the Black Bottom Man radio show?
Yeah.
See, as kids, man, we're taught. Yep. As a kid, we're taught to, like, make it our business.
Right.
We're taught to aggressively approach that. Like, hold up, man. Like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody think negatively of you. So making that transition from a teen, to adulthood where
Yes.
you really got to change that.
Yeah.
It's all for a lot of adults. That's why a lot of adults.
A lot of adults struggle with it.
Yeah,
like
so they did the whole.
I'm still amazed when I see adults approach another adult about talking about it.
Right.
I'm still amazed at that. Like, you actually
Like,
care
really?
about
You
that
actually
shit?
care, right.
Yeah, like, and they do.
People are really concerned about what people think about them. People really care.
Really.
About
I can't
them.
do it.
They did. They was.
I can care less, man.
I can't do it.
Because
You know what I mean?
99% of the time it's false information.
Yes.
You got like people are painting a perception of you when they meet you. You know what I'm saying? Or if they know of you, and you can be nothing like that perception.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So either way, they're gonna be wrong or right. But the thing is, man, if you're not fitting that perception that they created about you, they're gonna feel a certain way about you anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yep. Okay, we got a comment here from Miss Samantha Dennis. What's up, Miss Dennis? She says, yes, we waste so much time worried about what the next person thinks. You'd be surprised how freeing it is to just not care what someone else thinks about you. It is. It's very freeing. Yeah. Like, I can actively remember when I got on that timing as I was growing a little older, like, I got to stop caring about what people think, because it'll drive you crazy.
It will.
It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
And when they find out you care, they start saying more stuff. You know what I'm saying? They make it worse.
And that's the truth.
You know? They find out you care, it gets worse.
That was so good.
You know, like, it gets worse. Now, what I thought was interesting was, like, when people began to realize that I didn't care, they even tried to use that against me.
Really?
Like, oh, he think he better than the rest of them.
Look,
It's
they
like,
care.
no, I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's what I mean. You're not going to win.
You're not going to win.
One way or another.
And eventually they got to stop talking because they're going to be like, well, shit, they don't care.
He don't care.
So what's the point of me?
Getting no rise out of it.
You know what I mean?
So 2018, what people think about you is none of your business. Let them think it. Let them think it. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's just burnt. It's too much negative energy.
It is. It
It's
is.
just too much
It
negative
is.
energy.
And like I said, amongst our people, like, black people will take it to your head behind something that somebody told them.
That might not even be true.
Yeah, it might not even be true.
But then in another direction, you know, you be worried about it, so you get stressed about it. It causes all kinds of problems.
It can stress you out, really.
Yeah,
It can
just
literally
about-
stress you out.
It can.
So,
It can.
So
you pay
you
too
really
much
can't be
attention.
concerned about what people think about you.
Yes. So when
Yeah,
I
think
see
about
it
your
happen
mental
at
health.
certain ages, I'll be amazed.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you wait till she
It be
comes in here, I'm
grown
gonna pull her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Females
what's
are
going
worse
on?
with it.
Yeah, females.
Not
what?
to put them, you know, not to
She
say
out
but-
running her mouth. I told her she better keep my name out your mouth. Let me just touch on that. Now that I brought that up, right? You know, we as black people, we got this famous saying, keep your name out, keep my name out your mouth, right? Let the record reflect. You do not control what come out somebody else's mouth.
else's
You
mouth.
know
Right.
what I'm saying? That is the dumbest statement ever. You know, keep my name out your mouth. Why?
So
I
they
can
can't
say
say
your
nothing?
name anytime I want.
Right.
Not
You know
only
what I mean?
that, mind you, you're not the only person with that
that's
name.
With that name,
So
yes.
And what
gonna
if
be
they're going to
kinda
say
difficult
something?
to do too.
Right. And what if they're going to say something positive about you? So they
Right.
can't say that now?
Right, so you picking and
You can't say
choosing
that.
when they can use your
Right.
name.
Picking and choosing.
And I'm saying you ain't that important.
Real
You know
talk.
what I mean? But yeah, that's a big one.
They talked about Jesus. So.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Who are
you.
you not to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, and we good for that. Nah, she gonna keep my name out of her mouth.
Right.
Well, freedom of speech, she might not.
Freedom of speech.
She might not.
Yeah,
You
what
know,
you gonna do?
but you have the option to not care.
Absolutely.
You have the option to say, I don't care what
Be
they
mature,
said.
man.
Right.
And
You
I
know?
think that's the most mature look. When I see people who have that mindset, I look at them, I look up to them.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
wow, like,
It's
I wanna-
admiring.
Yeah, it's admiring.
I'm
They
with
really
you on
don't
that.
care. They're so mature. Like, look, I ain't with all that drama.
That is very true.
Yeah,
that is
right.
very
But,
true. Because
you know.
I remember being younger, and I thought that, like, if you didn't confront situations, like, you was punking out.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I saw
That's
somebody
how we
do
were
that,
trained.
yeah, I'm like, man, he a punk. I'd have
Right.
said something.
Exactly.
And then as I grew, I realized it wasn't that he was a punk.
He's wise.
He's wiser. He
Exactly.
just chose not to acknowledge that.
You don't
know?
gotta fight every battle.
Ain't
that
gotta
comes
fight
your
every
way.
battle.
Life is full of many battles.
That's
man.
right.
You
You
gonna
do
have
not
plenty-
have to go to every fight you are invited to.
Absolutely.
And when I figured that out, it was like a eureka moment. Like,
Yeah, real talk.
oh, I don't even have to participate in this. You know, I can just ignore this.
Just ignore this?
Man, I'm
Gonna be
good.
successful?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Go work on me,
Well, I'm gonna
right?
do that. Yeah.
Go work on me. Yeah, like it's the higher road.
It is.
And I too used to admire it when I learned what it was really about, and then I would see, you know, a man, especially when I know that man could have dealt with that other person.
Oh, yeah.
and then they just take the high road.
They chose not to.
And I would look like, man, I want to be like that one day. I want to be able to control my temperament and say, I'm not getting upset over that. You know what I mean? Because it takes practice. Yeah, it takes a little practice.
I just say cut it off in the beginning. When they come to you and say they said, just end the conversation right there.
Like, look, you ain't got to tell me. Just keep that to yourself.
Right.
Because it don't matter to me.
Don't matter to me. It's either true or false.
Right.
That's what Mr. Fuller always says when people say stuff. Well, Mr. Fuller, they said that you was lying the other night. Well, what they said is either true or false. And that's what I'm going to say.
That's what I'm well, which one is it? It don't matter.
Don't matter. It's either true or false.
But have y'all ever wondered, even if they came to y'all in the past and said, they said, have you ever wondered who's they?
Who's they?
Who is they?
Never say it
We've never seen them people before.
Right. And then when you ask, oh, I don't want to.
Right.
Well, what you mean you don't want to put them in?
Right. Right. You know? Because, like, now I do like if someone clues me in on somebody who I think is not, I think is on my team and really not.
No, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? I do like that because, like, I'm the type of person, if you come to me and you say, look, Mike, I'm just telling you, you know, dude act like he your friend, but he really ain't. This is what he be saying, right? I'm not going to approach that dude.
Good information.
Right. But I need that information so I now know how to conduct myself with them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to go back and be like, yo, what you talking about me? You know what I mean? I'm not going to do none of that. So I don't like when people come to you and then they'll tell you something and you'll say, well, who said it? Well, I don't really want to get into who said, well, then why are you telling me?
In the first
You know, and why was they comfortable saying it around you?
Exactly. Right. You see me? Now you're looking at that person kind of funny, like,
right. Yeah, let me stay away from both of y'all.
Yeah. And you have to be careful because even if you really doing somebody a favor by telling them that, you have to be careful because they may still go back and tell the other person.
Now you win it. Now you that man in the middle. Well, he said it. Then they gonna come to you. Well, I didn't say it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that specifically.
Yeah, I was told you wasn't on my team.
Now, now both of them cool and they both turning on you.
Right.
I had that done before. Yeah, that's crazy.
So
let's read a comment. We got Brown by Blood, Kiana. She says, when you feed into that drama, then you give them that power over you because their action is controlling your action.
Exactly.
Very true. And you don't feed into it and you walk away, then it shows that you have self-control. Yes. And mature enough to know that somebody else does not control your actions. Yes, Miss Kiana, very, very good. We agree 100% with that. And that's 2018, taking control, understanding the control that you have over your life, your actions, the people you allow in your life, the people you surround yourself with, you associate with.
Right.
You know, you control that. So if you know that they bring in certain vibes, get them out.
Get them out of there.
Get them out. All right, number 18, time heals everything. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true. I've definitely had situations where I've, was like mad or disassociated with somebody for a period of time. And then over time, you do start to, like you said, the 5 year thing.
5 year thing.
What does this matter in 5 years? Don't matter in 5 years.
So why did it matter then?
Right.
So you gotta get over these things, man.
Got to get over these things. That's that control.
Absolutely.
All right. Number 19. However good or bad a situation is, it will change. True.
The only thing in life that's consistent is change and taxes.
That's what I was about to say. Taxes
and change.
And death. These are your two guarantees in life. Taxes and death.
And change. Some kind of change. Whether it's good or bad.
Good or bad. Change is going to come. Change is going to come. Change is going to come. All right, number 20. Your job won't take care of you when you are sick. Your family and friends will. Stay in touch.
Yes.
That's true.
Very true, right?
Very true.
Yeah, because it's not about disassociating completely, right?
Absolutely.
It's just about saying,
isolate yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to isolate yourself. Your family and friends is all you got. The job ain't going to take care of you.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they're going to fire you.
You ain't got enough sick time.
You ain't got enough sick leave.
They got a couple days left.
They firing you and they're going to tell you good luck.
Yep.
Good luck, my friend.
Reality.
But yeah, family will be there, And I think when you get sick, you do find out who really loves you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because suddenly people don't have time for you.
Right.
And then somebody will rise to the occasion that you didn't think would.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I've seen family situations where somebody's sick and a cousin drive up from another state.
Yeah.
And she's there like, well, I had leave time, so I took off 3 days to come here, and you just sitting there like, wow.
Right.
I don't don't even talk to her that much. My cousin loved me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And your immediate family who's right around.
Right around the corner, probably.
I ain't got time. You know what I mean? I told what's his face go over there and check on you.
Right.
So yeah, you will find out who's truly on your team when you do go through down times. But I am a true believer that, you know, your family and friends is who's going to be there for you. So, yes, we need to stay in touch. Stay in touch. All right, 21. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all that you need. I think that's true.
You got breath for your lungs. You living.
You living.
You got all you need.
You living. And you have the ability to get whatever it is that you feel someone else has that you want.
Get off your butt, go grind.
Get off your butt and go grind.
Yeah.
Go grind.
Very good.
Yeah. Stop partying all the time.
Real talk, man.
You know we like to party.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We do. Like I'm sorry, we spend a lot of time having fun.
A lot of time, man.
A lot of time having fun. You know.
Plus, it's getting more expensive, man. Like you go to a club now, a drink is like $20.
Right.
You know, and you get multiple drinks. You know, so
you running up some money.
You can save all that money, man. Yeah.
It's money you could have kept. That's money you could have invested in cryptocurrency. But I digress. Maybe we'll bring you that on another show.
You're making me feel bad over here because you've been talking about like all of that, spend less time having fun, like throughout the whole show. And since I came in here today, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get on the radio and talk about like I'm gonna have more fun this year. You done killed that.
Killed all that.
Too much fun.
I don't want to take the fun away completely. I just simply
it's a balance. Just
it's a
not
balance.
Too much fun and too less trying to grind and succeed.
Like I'm all excited about 2018. Like, oh yeah, this gonna be fun, and you over there talking about like stop with the fun.
Yeah, you know, cause we have a lot of fun. You know, black people love to have fun.
Love to have fun.
And I think turn up. We turn up a little too much, right? We're not spending enough time working on our life.
Too much drinking.
You know?
You got to balance that drinking out. That's the you know your liver, your kidneys.
Right. You got to balance some things out. Yeah. You know, like all spare time cannot be spent just watching TV or having fun.
Absolutely.
You got to take some time out to learn some things.
Read something.
Read something. Study something. Yeah. Find out where you want to go in your life. You know what I mean? Because we easily get trapped into the rat race, which is just going to work.
Yeah.
You know, going to church. Yeah. You know, hanging out, having fun. Yeah. That's it.
Time go past so fast.
Time goes by.
That's the thing, you know, man. You got a job you barely wanted, and then you be like, damn, it's 5 years later.
Right.
I've been in this job 5 years.
Right.
I had so many jobs like that, you know.
Yes.
Before I found my career now, which I love, but, you know, it happens, man.
It does, you know. So, like, for anyone, excuse me, who's not happy with their life, where they are at in their life, like the question that needs to be posed to themselves is, what are you doing to change it?
Change it, yep.
Because a lot of us are not actually doing anything to change it.
Right.
Not happy with it, but if I said to you, what did you do today? What did you do yesterday to change these circumstances that you're unhappy with?
Right.
Most of the time, the answer is nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
You complacent.
I complained about
and
it.
then your schedule, sometimes you always tired when you do get free time because some jobs work you really hard. So by the time you get off and you get free time, you don't feel like doing
You don't feel like doing that, which is how they planned it.
That's how they planned it.
That's how they planned it. They planned it so you be exhausted at the end of the day.
Well, come up with some weekend goals.
Come up with some weekend goals?
Come up with some weekend goals. I have some weekend goals.
Right?
I'm sorry, but fun is in some of those weekend goals.
Yeah, you got to have some fun. But when you really think about it, right? When you grew up as a kid, right? Your fun was earned.
Yeah.
You had to earn it.
Everything had to be done. Your chores, your homework.
There you go.
It's done, it's that done.
That's right. Now you go have fun.
Well, see, that's the part I left out or whatever. Even when I set these weekend goals, some weekend goals for fun, it was because I felt like over the last 5 to 10 years, I've been working so hard that it's time to, put some fun in these weekend goals.
Okay, yeah. So you working hard. I get it.
You got reading books in the weekend goals. You got eating vegan meals in the weekend goals. You got going to the gym in the weekend goals. Right. You can put having some fun.
Right. Yeah, you can have some fun.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But again, if you're not happy with your life, though, like most of us are not content, really, with just having a job.
Right.
It sustains us. Yeah. But if you said to the person, if you could quit, would you quit?
Right.
Most will say yes. You know what I mean? So I'm saying there's a yearning for more.
Absolutely.
Only way we can get it is to change our routine.
Right.
If your routine stays the same, your results stay the same.
Right.
You know? Like working out, right, Kev?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, at a certain point, you got to change your routine.
Yeah,
right.
Otherwise, you're getting no more results.
No more results.
Exact same.
No more results.
Change it up.
No more results.
Same thing with life, man. Got to switch it up.
Yes. And I think with black people in particular, a lot of the turn up that we do is self-medicating.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's self-medicating.
Yeah.
It's because we're unhappy with a bunch of stuff. Right.
Yeah,
So it's like, I'm going to have some fun.
Stress. You're trying to release some stress.
Letting this stress go.
Yeah.
You know, but some of that time has to be split
Makes
with
it worse.
Trying to actually get in and learning.
Put yourself in a better
position.
position.
Put yourself in a better position.
In the first place.
Right.
Because the turning up ain't going to get you out of that situation. It's just going to make you feel better.
It's going to make you feel better for the moment.
For the moment. And then you're back to reality. So you got to set up some things, man, you know, where you can get out of that.
We start off too many Mondays broke.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Looking forward to payday because that's your payday.
Right.
Besides that, you got no money.
Worked 5 days for that.
Yeah.
Spent it in 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not good arithmetic.
Right.
It's not good arithmetic, by the way, right?
Man.
You know, and it's a pattern that we get trapped in.
Right.
It's actually the American pattern.
It is.
It's not even a black thing. It's
I think it's designed like that. It's designed a way that it's got just enough, actually barely enough to survive. So
barely enough to survive.
You got to work overtime. And so
yes.
a lot of people working more than 40 hours a week, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's no time for the family.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is very real.
But we appreciate the overtime. I like it. But
right.
at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because every job ain't got it. They can't afford to pay overtime.
True.
So, you know, but.
So we get it. I think we got to look into better ways to use it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get into learning some things. You know, like take 2018 and really question yourself as to who you are.
Yeah.
Who do you see yourself to be?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Because I think a lot of us do see ourselves as being something more than what we are. We're just simply not going for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you always had dreams of becoming an actor or, you know, dreams of opening your own business, pursue that.
Yep.
2018 is your year.
What's the first step? Look it
yeah,
up.
look it up.
Look up the very
It's a lot of
first
information
step
out here.
Just work on it.
It's a lot of information out here.
Yeah.
I'll read another comment by Miss Dennis. She says, plus the fear of the unknown when you're stepping into something new. For example, starting your own business and leaving that guaranteed paycheck. Yeah. Yes, it is scary.
That's true.
It is scary. And that's why you just don't jump up and quit.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know, like
keep that job.
Your new business should be started in your spare time.
Absolutely.
You know, it should be your hustle.
On the
right?
side.
On the side.
When you get off of work,
right.
Work on that.
Work on that.
And you're taking a risk, but that's what success is all about.
That's what success
every
is about.
successful person took a risk.
High risk equals high reward.
There you go.
You know?
I have a good example of that. Like, let's see, about 10 years ago, it could have been like 10 years ago, I used to have my own salon, but I came out of all of that. But 10 years ago, when I was like, I'm going to go back and open my salon, it was a little scary.
Right.
I was a little skeptical because I didn't want to leave the guaranteed paycheck.
Sure.
So I didn't do it.
Right. Yeah.
So that's a good point.
I would have just suggested doing
Samantha
it part-time. Right. Yeah. But yeah, that is it. Because you let that part-time gig get you to a point where you can get out of that work.
Right.
Because it will.
Yeah.
It will. It takes time. It might take you 10 years.
The security, yeah, I think it's the security factor. Like that job might provide the security, you know, and once you leave it, you probably can't go back depending on what kind of job it is. So, yeah, you feel like you're isolated now.
Yeah.
Now this gotta work. If it don't work,
I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
I'm
That's
in
too
trouble.
much pressure for a lot of people, man.
Yeah, and I think it's I think they get us really trapped under the illusion that job is secure.
Exactly.
Because it ain't.
It's really not.
No, it's
they
not.
gonna let you go anytime. They
Right.
want to.
Because when you really evaluate it, when you really look at it, right, your whole life existence is depending on a paycheck from someone else.
Right.
That is not cool.
It's not.
It's not cool. And you can change it. We do what we got to do. You understand what I mean? But what I'm saying is, the way our society is today is so shaky.
Yeah.
That
you can't really trust nothing.
Yeah, you can't trust
certain fields, like certain medical. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like stuff like that. You know, that's not going.
That's not going nowhere.
You definitely can't trust the jobs these days.
Anything in between is like how long y'all been? See me. I would ask questions like how long y'all been here?
Right.
What y'all sales looking like? You know what I mean? Because I don't want y'all to hire me then a month later.
How many times this company been sold?
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
yeah, no doubt. So we definitely encourage business owners. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take another commercial break and then we're gonna finish up with the last three. No. Are you gonna keep it rolling? Okay, we'll keep it rolling. We'll go through these last three. Okay, all right. Well, let's finish up the last three. All right. So Actually 4. 22. Each night before you go to bed, pray to God and be thankful for what you'll accomplish today. All right. I like that one. 23. Stay active. Get in the gym, right? Exercise. Be active.
That's 24. My weekend goals.
Do something that scares you. Come outside of your box. Take that risk. Come outside your box. 2018 is your year to find out who you really are and what you really want. And number 25, last but not least, we kind of touched on this. Surround yourself with people who share the same goal, dreams, and vibes. No more excluding family and friends who bring negativity, including family and friends who bring negativity into your life. Right. Recreate yourself. So don't justify family and friends' behavior if they're not bringing positivity into your life.
Absolutely.
You know, do what you got to do to bring that down to a minimum. And remember, 2018 is all about you. 2018 is your year, but you got to take control.
Yep.
You got to seize the moment. You got to develop the courage. You got to cut the ties. You got to create new ties. Recreate yourself. It's going to be a great year, everybody.
Sure is.
It's going to be a great year.
Got to claim it.
Got to claim it. Yeah, for all you churchgoers, claim it. So we thank everybody for tuning in with us. Season 2, first show of the year, 2018, Black Body Man Radio Show. I want to thank my guest, the lovely Miss Janice.
Happy birthday, Carmen.
All right, happy birthday, Carmen.
Happy birthday, Carmen.
And I want to thank my man, Mr. Kevin Little. Kevin, keep on doing what you do, brother. We love having you on the show. We look forward to 2018, you coming back.
Yep.
And y'all already know I'm Brother Mike. You know how I do. It's 2018. I'm happy to still be here. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. That's the black side. Peace.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Be inspired.